And then when I do something naughty, like say a naked attraction or say filthy rich, there's a moment before it goes on air where I'm like, oh my God, what have I done?
The other thing that kind of glows with this card is I don't know if ex-partners or anybody like that are going to try and come back.
They're already doing it. Like 3 of them all messaged me within the last 2 weeks trying to make it work again. And some of them are from like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but you did that boob thing where you moved
my peg thing.
What
yeah!
the hell?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I've like got the best chest control.
How did you even learn you had that?
I don't know.
This episode is sponsored by JS Health and Vitamins. If you are feeling tired, run down, or even muscle aching, then these vitamins are the ones for you. You may be experiencing a magnesium deficiency, and I promise that these are going to help you in so many ways. So check out on JS Health and Vitamins website. Use the code Mediumship for 15% off your next purchase at JS Health and Vitamins. Hey guys, welcome back to We Talk to the Dead. Today, I have the most beautiful guest, which is Chrissie. She has appeared on Filthy Rich, Naked Attraction, Steph's Packed Lunch, and more. But welcome. Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk to you. I really am. Like, you're just like this ball of energy walking all the time. Like, your whole aura is incredible.
You're so good to me.
Like, we spoke, I feel like it was years ago. It must have been like a good year or so. But we used to always do readings and things, and then life just gets so hectic. But you was on, what was that, Filthy Rich?
Yeah, I've just come off it. So Olivia Attwood's like getting filthy rich, and it was like...
So what's that about, like just earning money, basically?
Yeah, it's about like women or men. I guess there's some dudes on it, dilfs.
Dilf.
I love it. And it's just about people who've used their sexuality online to make dollar.
Oh, okay. I need to watch it. Like, I want to watch this. I haven't watched it yet.
So, you know what I mean? You should watch it. It was naughty.
So what's it about then? So you had just gone on, you had earned some good money about talk. Do you do OnlyFans, don't you?
Yeah. So I do an OnlyFans.
How do you find it all? Like, go you, like, look at you. You're so glam and so like, you've got this confidence, but I suppose there's times that you don't feel as confident. Like, do you find that even though you come across that way, that you still don't feel as confident yourself, or are you getting better at that?
Yeah, like, I mean, I've always been quite confident, but it's that northern charm thing. I mean, we're all naturally like that.
Yeah.
And then when I do something naughty, like, say, a naked attraction or, say, filthy rich, there's a moment before it goes on air where I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? And then I feel
She's just got a bit like, look at me.
And then I just think I just have to own it. Yeah. And then I just let it go. And then,
my God. Like, how did you find the whole world is like, well, not the whole world, but near enough most people have seen like the whole of you. Like, do you like that? Like, it's okay.
Well, it's not like I like it. I'm not sat at home going, ooh, yeah. Like, but
oh God.
But I'm just like, I think
it's you, isn't it? Is it? We've all got
issues
and issues and
nudity just isn't one of mine.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I think if I just embrace it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm proud of you for that. Like, honestly, like we all have these emotions and feelings, but we all are human. We all have bodies, and you're just embracing that. And I love that about you, because you're sat here today and you've been on Naked Attraction and you've done all of these things and OnlyFans, but you are you as a person, and you're embracing and loving that.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about, say, like, Liv on the show, because she always said, like, people always see these personas of people online and they think you're one way.
Yeah.
And then going on that show was really good because it shattered the illusion of what people thought. Yeah. And they got to know me.
Yeah, you as a person.
Gobby little Yorkshire chick. And they didn't expect that. I don't know what they expect. Like, I'm some Asian siren.
But did you ever know that this was going to be your life? Like, you did obviously your daytime thing. things and stuff like that, your daytime shows. Like, what did you do on there? You were just talking and being you and...
Yeah, it's just standard daytime where I just gave my opinion on stuff that was going on in the news. And
and then now you're like, hey.
And then I was sat on a kitchen counter with no clothes on with Liv. Like, I don't even know what happened, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Because I just see life as like little moments.
Yeah.
And so I think they're just iconic little moments where I think when I'm 80 years old, I'll look back when I'm in my old people's home trying to chat up like the carers. I'll be like, oh my God, when I was younger, I was ace.
Yeah. I think it's such a good thing to kind of look back on as well. Like, do you find you do get some weirdos message you and stuff? Or can I call them that? I don't mean it in that kind of way, but...
No, some of them are really weird. Like, you
can
go
call them that. Yeah. But do you get some people who ask for weird stuff off you and stuff?
Yeah, of course I do. Like, there was one...
What's your weirdest thing? Oh, my God.
Well, no, like this guy once...
Oh, God.
Am I allowed to say this?
Just say it, let it out.
2 weird things.
Okay.
Like this guy once took all of his clothes off and then he put his tackle in this ball lock and locked it up and then did these pictures where he was bowing down to me in his bathroom. And then it said, "Hail Chrissie, the goddess." And it said he wouldn't be able to unlock it until I said. And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
I was like, he's not going to have a wank ever until
you say.
And I was like, what? And then another one was like a pensioner and he had this iPad and then he had a picture of me and he did a naughty tribute, like he did naughty things on this picture. But then he sent me a picture of it and he had put clothing pegs on his testicles.
Oh my God. How do you react? Like, you're just like, what?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say to them. I don't...
Like, what can you say? Like, thanks. Thanks.
I just ignore them because it's like there's so many. And then sometimes after a while, I'll be like, oh, you're so sweet. I don't know what to say.
Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Like, that is wild, really. But then that's kind of good for you because you're like, oh my gosh, like they're doing that for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you feel like that in a way? Like, they're actually doing that for you?
Well, it's not... I don't get off on it. It's not like I just don't think about it. I feel like I'm just... At first, I was like, oh my God, this guy has done this. But now, because it's a lot, I'm almost immune to it. Like, it's everyday life.
It's just normal, kind of, in a way.
It's funny. I like it.
It's funny. I love that.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's hilarious.
And you're so pretty anyway. You are. I know I keep saying that, but you are. Look at you. Like, look, you're so glam.
Everything on me is like glued, pinned and stitched on or like slapped on.
I know, but you're just so, so lovely. And I love that, Chrissie. Like, I really do. You're doing all these things and obviously men are messaging you. Do you get women as well? Do women message?
Well, it was always men. It was like 95% men until I did Filthy Rich.
Really?
And then my inbox was filled with like women.
Oh my
And you would never have thought in a million years that a show like that, but it was filled with women all asking me for business advice. So I turned overnight from, as I say, hoochie to like business queen.
But I suppose you are very inspirational. Like now obviously the times we live in now, everything is online, everything is social media. And a lot more people are doing OnlyFans and they're doing things like Naked Attraction, whatever it is. And you're an inspiration because your confidence in you as a person is growing through you and glowing, that other people are looking up to that. And I think that's kind of lovely, really. Like, you are teaching people to be okay in their own skin. And I love that.
Yeah, and I think so. I think even like, I'm not trying to be a 20-year-old, you know, I'm 44 and then
you do not look 44. Like, you don't.
I've just walked up them stairs and I was like, oh my God, I can't even move.
Those stairs are a killer.
No, they are. But it's sort of like, it's important that you're just really authentic and you play who you are. But at the same time as playing who you are, you've got to be smart enough to capitalize on that. So from a business point of view, I was like, if I have all this attention from men, how do I turn them upside down and shake their pocket money out of them?
I love that. So do you find that you're getting really good income from it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I am. At first, like, it was like dead air. Everyone's like, I don't know.
You go, girl. Like, you go. You keep flaunting it. Like, the money makes the world go round. Like, you need money to be able, especially with the cost of living and stuff like that. Like, if you you deserve it. You do. You really do.
Yeah.
And after doing, it must have been a couple of years ago, we did a reading. Like I could tell so much from how kind-hearted you are, and you are always wanting to give back to others, and that is beautiful of you. Like it is. And do you find that you are very spiritual yourself? Because I can see it.
Yeah.
Do you find that you are?
Yeah, even when I was like a little kid, like really into it, always went for reading. So if I have a problem in my life, I wouldn't go to a therapist or anything. I would go to like
a medium or psychic.
Wow. Literally, I still do it to this day, as you know.
Yeah, have you had like bad experiences with like mediums or anything?
I've never had a bad experience with a medium. I've had like really great experiences, really. Like, you know, they're my go-to. But I think when you're a creative, I think like most of us do.
Yeah, that's so true.
Guidance.
See, some people are so like, they're so skeptical sometimes, which is normal. I suppose some people don't believe in mediums and psychics, which is fine. But some people don't even see it as the past loved one side of things, whereas you can go and see a medium or psychic if you're just after a bit of guidance.
Yeah.
And when we connected, I actually can't remember how we started speaking. It was so long ago. But it feels like years ago. And it wasn't too long ago, but it feels like years ago. But yeah, I was so drawn to you as a person and your spiritual side, obviously mentioning you growing up and being very, very spiritual. And I just love how honest you are with that, but how you go and see other mediums and psychics. But there must be something within you that makes you go and do that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So you must feel like you have to reach out to other mediums and psychics for that reason. So some people may look at different things and go and see a therapist or go to a church or go and do different things, whereas you are drawn to a medium or a psychic. And I feel like that's for a reason as well.
Yeah, because it was just a natural thing. It wasn't like I need to seek out a medium one day because a friend told me. Just naturally, it's what I would go to.
Yeah, you're drawn to it.
Yeah, and like,
do you find you're quite psychic? So a psychic ability is sensing something to happen before they're about to. Like,
weirdly, and I'm always like, no, I'm not. But I'm even the smallest things, like football scores. I'll be like, oh, they'll win like 4-0, and they do. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm psychic. I'm that girl. But like sometimes I think things are going to happen, like in my head. And I forget about it, and then they happen. Even bad things.
And you're like, oh my God.
I know, and I'm like, oh my God.
You need to be doing that more. You need to do that more, though. Like, honestly, you are so, so spiritual. I want to talk a little bit about love, if that's okay.
Oh, yes.
So obviously you do what you do. Do you find that conflicts into meeting a proper partner or settling down? Obviously you have kids, don't you?
Yeah, I've got 2, Ruby and Junior.
Oh my God, wow. How are they now? Like, I bet they're growing up really quick, aren't they?
All of a sudden, they've just shot up.
Wow.
I mean, you'll know, it's like 1 minute they're like, 6 and 4, and the next minute they're teenagers, and you're like,
I'm at that stage at the minute where I'm like, what is happening? Like 1 minute they were running around, and now my oldest is like 9 this year, and I'm like, how are you that old? But do they know what you do and stuff? Or
I'm really open with them about everything. We're really close.
I suppose that's good though. It is, because you don't want them to go online and then see something and you never knew. Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad you're open and honest, because it makes them know that they're okay in their skin as well, and I suppose that's a really good thing.
Yeah, because I'm not ashamed of anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
And then so I think if you are ashamed of things, then you can't talk about them, and I'm not. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm their mum. They should be able to trust me, and I should be able to tell them everything.
Well, you've obviously got the best relationship with your kids, and that is just amazing, because if anything ever, not saying anything bad's going to happen to them because they're not, but I just mean like, let's say if they needed to talk to their mom, they obviously can, and that's just really good. It's a good relationship to have, because as a parent, that's all you want, isn't it? You want your kids to turn to you.
For everything.
Literally everything. And I can tell how much you have that bond, and that's incredible. I keep getting this initial J in my head. Is there somebody in your past within love who started with the initial J? Or are you talking to somebody with J?
I'm not talking to someone with J.
Is somebody who had like broken your heart with the initial J? Have you had a lot of different love? Yeah,
I'm just like scrolling through the exes of like thousands of them. I'm like, I can't even know. I don't even remember some of them.
Oh gosh!
So there probably is a J mixed in with them. Like,
I don't know if it's like a J and an O, or it's definitely a J. But the last lady who commented, she had a J as well. But I know this is definitely a J within love. I feel like
there will have been a J. I just can't remember. It's been like, it makes me sound so
It doesn't. So do you find that you are ready to settle down, but then you're not at the same time? Obviously, you're wanting your career to lift off, but you are wanting that more settled at home.
Well, no, like I am really career driven, and I think that's a great thing. But I think everything is about balance and stability.
100%.
You can't have one can't do well without the other, without support. And I really believe that.
That is so right. Like that, you're like the only person that said that, and that's actually clicked. Like you do need that balance, don't you?
Yeah, you need it for them both to work. So I am absolutely ready to settle down.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not necessarily because the kind of job I have. I think like I feel all men seem to be so intimidated, or they are really insecure around me, or I don't know what it is. Like they're really.
You need
strange.
somebody to accept what you're doing
and come along for the ride. It's the best ride in your life. It's the best time.
Listen to that, lads.
Just saying.
That is good. But I definitely do feel like you're going to settle down, but not just yet.
No, I don't. Yeah, like right now it's so busy.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sort of.
Do you think you'll end up meeting? Obviously, you talk to a lot of people and whatever, but is it going to be a client, do you think? Because I feel like it is.
Do you? Oh my God.
Yeah, I do. I feel like you're going to have that spark with a client.
Oh my God, I don't know. Like, everyone I meet is.
I presume you have
work.
like regular clients.
Well, yeah, like say on my on my OF, there's like loads of people.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a ton of them.
Is
so
there?
I don't know. I just see it as work, so I don't really like.
You don't want that mixture, whereas I feel like it's going to be that.
Oh my gosh.
But then that's kind of a good thing because they're going to understand more what you do, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just like sort of like.
Chill and take it as it comes.
Yeah, because I'm always like, oh, Mr. Right will just find me.
Yeah. I suppose everything does happen for a reason, though. So all these people that have hurt you in the past and your guard is a little bit up high.
Definitely right now. Like I just went through like a recent breakup. So guard is not necessarily high, but I'm cautious.
Yeah. So you don't want to be hurt again, I suppose. And it's worrying as well because you kind of do want that balance like we talked about, and it's so important.
The balance is really important. And people always say, no, I'm concentrating on work, or they push work to one side because they've just got a crush. And it's so stupid. It's like you need both in order for anything to work.
Yeah, you want, after a long, tiring day of filming or doing whatever, you want to go home and you do want to put your feet up and watch a film and do whatever, and you will get to that point, I promise. Like you really will. I see so much love and happiness.
I love that.
But I do find as well at the same time, are you planning to do something like on your own on telly? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so obviously I'm filming a lot right now, so I'm doing like loads of films. So I've just come off a romantic comedy. I've got another one at the end of the month. In fact, I've got 3 films this month, and I'm filming my own show.
How are you here right now? Like,
because I love you so much.
How have you squeezed this in? I feel terrible.
Don't be so silly. I mean, I love you so much. I would never. I was like, oh my God, I have to go see her. But I don't know, like so much. So then, obviously, right now, I'm like filming my own show, which is reality based. It's like a docu-series, but they're like my favourite things to watch. Yeah. And it's just called Welcome to Wonderland.
Oh my God.
Just takes you behind the
that's
scenes
what I saw.
life.
I think that was the trailer I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I love this. That's incredible. So I feel like that's going to inspire so many other people and kind of step into your own shoes as well. Is that what you're trying to plan?
Yeah, so basically it's there to inspire. So it's not like a show that's like, look at me. It's like more, it just takes you behind the scenes of my life, and it shows you what it actually takes to live it. Because I think people think that I just sit down.
Yeah,
and
well, it's tiring, I bet, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a lot that you have to do, like constantly. I don't think I have like an hour off, and so it's a lot of work.
Give me a sneak peek. What do you have to do?
All sorts. Like even just walking up here, I must have got stopped like about 5 times by guys. And I was just like, oh my God, I need to get to work. I need to go. And then at the same time is doing like a video call.
If you were walking across it, I would even stop and look.
Well, no. Like, I
think everybody looks at you like, look at you.
But
then that must be draining on you. Is it draining? Do you find that it is? Do you get home like after a long day and think, gosh,
Well, sometimes I feel sorry for myself and I feel drained and throw myself a pity party. But at the end of the day, I always try and remember, I always say, like, especially to you, I always tell you, there was a time when no one wanted me on their show and no one would have me.
Yeah.
So for every single time I walk onto any set, any film, like, I am really grateful because there was a time when everyone was like, no. So like I said before, everyone was like, overlooking me as some like hoochie mama, whereas now I'm like an inspiration.
You bloody are an inspiration. Like, you really are. And I do believe that we go through these moments where things might be where they might be quiet or not as good, but then it's because something better's coming, and this is your better. Like, you've got to this point where every obstacle you've gone through, everything that's been tired or not being able to go the way you wanted has led you to this. So think of it as almost like a ladder. Like, even when you've been set down and you've gone down a step and you think, I can't do it anymore, like, you keep trying and pushing. Well, now you're growing up, and that's incredible.
I mean, I think right now in this moment, it's sort of like I'm living the dream, but I'm very nervous because I'm like, oh my God. Like, what
Don't be
happened?
nervous. Like, you're here for a reason and you're doing all of these different things for that reason.
Yeah.
And you've been offered it for a reason. Like,
I guess. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just like, so I enjoy what I do. And the show is good because it doesn't just tell you what I do.
Yeah.
It's more like how I do it.
Yeah.
So then other people could do it too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because there's so many people who do OnlyFans and stuff now. Like,
loads.
what made you do OnlyFans? Has it been a recent thing or have you done it for years?
No, it's like I started it ages ago and it just wasn't working out. Like, I was making no money. And then I went through this phase where, no, I just want to act. So I was doing that, and then I went back on it.
Everything just come back at once.
It's like I just kept going round in circles because I felt like everyone was saying to me that I had to choose one thing. Like, I had to be a serious actress, or I could only do an OnlyFans, or I could only do reality TV or daytime. Whereas that's not the truth. You can actually do it all.
Yes.
And I think just recently I started it because I wanted, if I'm being honest, I was getting like loads of male followers, loads of attention on Insta. And I just said, if I had an OnlyFans, I'd make loads of money. And that's how it started. If I'm being honest.
I love that though, because you're so career driven.
Yeah,
like,
really.
You are really career driven and you're smart with it as well because some people do portray OnlyFans as, oh, you're just making money, whatever. But that is what it is. Obviously,
it is only that, really.
It's called OnlyFans, isn't it?
It's for your fans.
Like, that is just amazing. Can I pull some cards for you?
Yeah, go on. I always get really nervous unless they're like really awful cards.
No, nothing is bad or scary, I promise. Everything is love and guidance. Well, you've probably had so many readings before, haven't you? So.
Yeah, no, all the way growing up. But then I get like nervous in case they're like really bad cards.
They won't be. Oh, I'm so excited for you though, Chrissie. Like, I really am, because if there's anybody who deserves it, it's you. Like, honestly.
No, like, you're like one of the hardest working women I know. You know what I mean? So it's almost, I don't know, I feel honoured that that's come from you. But I just think like nowadays people need to you have to to get what you want because there's so much competition. You have to graft.
Yeah.
And I'm just not someone that ever wanted to live like a mediocre life. I wanted to live an ace one.
But that's how driven you are, and you're getting everything you wanted. Like, especially with the love side of things will come at the right time. And I honestly believe in that. So you're on this roller coaster and you're doing all of this. And when it gets to the point where you're like, oh, breathe a minute, then something will happen.
Yeah, exactly that. And they seem to pop up out of nowhere, so...
You've got hundreds of people in your DMs, like, you're fine.
Just don't have time to go through them.
Oh, wow. I bet your phone is constantly going off. Is it always going off? You got a work phone?
Well, I have I have two phones.
That's good.
But then it's sort of like, if it's Insta, I just turn my notifications off. If it's work, no one has my number unless I work with them.
Yeah.
Or I know
that's
them.
good then, because again, balance. That's kind of good in a way.
Yeah, it's like if I know them personally, date them or work with them.
So the first two cards I pull for you are all to do with your own emotions. It's all to do with you as a person.
Yes.
Or it could resonate into something more in depth, like what's going to go on in your life.
Right.
Okay. So the beautiful cards, don't worry. So the first card is actually standing up for yourself more. So what I mean by this, what I feel this means, is that you're going to get loads of business opportunities, loads of people come to you, but you're allowed to say no. Like, you're allowed to turn other people down, and don't feel like you're going to turn those people down and it's not going to come back, because it will.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if at the minute you're just like, I need to say yes to everything because it's all coming.
Yeah, like I'm definitely a yes kind of person, but only just recently I've been able to say no, but because of scheduling. Otherwise, I would have been like, yes.
Yeah. So it's okay to say no from time to time, and it will come back to you.
Oh, I love that.
So bear that in mind. But also it could do with your own energy levels. So you might feel that you do dip energy now and again. So 1 minute you're really happy and blah, blah, and then when you sit down, you're like, oh, like you do need to just...
Yeah, that is fully me. Like, I'm like that personally and in work. Do you know what I mean? Definitely a yes person.
So breathe. And this lovely, lovely card is all to do with news of exciting opportunities, but allow your creativity to blossom. So being more creative. If you have a thought or a feeling, it's usually for a reason. So trust that gut feeling, but be more creative so you stand out a little bit.
Yes. Okay. That's good to know.
I feel like after this, you're going to be like, your head's just going to be like, whoo.
I know. I love it though. I love it.
It also says to remember to finish what you start is very important. So I don't know if you start something and never finish it, or I don't mean that with sex.
I always finish.
That's good. But I just mean in general work or anything like that, always remember to finish what you start.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, like I always have loads of little loose ends, whether it's like, say, relationship-wise, it's never ended properly, it's loose. In work, there's loads of little bits and I've never like got to the finish line. So I get that fully. In
finish
all
what
areas.
You start.
Oh, God.
So this is all to do with your past, your present and your future, okay? And don't focus on past too much because it's all done and dusted. It's out of the way. Yeah. However, it does say in your past that everything will turn out perfectly. So what I mean by this is, like we spoke about previously, you may have felt like nothing was kind of working out.
Yeah,
whereas
definitely.
now it is. So everything has turned out perfectly. Yeah. But it also says something about somebody hurting you or destroying your own confidence. I don't know if there was a time where you felt like your confidence was okay and then somebody had destroyed that.
Yeah, lots of times. And it was only through like, I've been divorced 3 times. It's always relationships.
Yeah.
So in those moments, because I'm quite love bunny, so no matter what I do, whether it's a show or a boy, I'll do it 100%. Like I'll love the hardest, I'll work the hardest. Yeah. And so I'm not fragile in work because I'm really confident when it comes to that, but fragile when it comes to love because I don't know, like I'm such a love bunny that can break me. Yeah. But not now.
Yeah, not now. See, look at you. You're like, not
so
now.
Well. Yeah.
I think that's good because you're not going to let anybody dull your sparkle.
Not
because
now,
you are you. Like,
yeah.
But then I do believe that we, like I mentioned earlier, that we do go through these challenges to make us stronger because now you realise, well, I've been hurt in the past. I'm not going to be hurt anymore.
No, because now I feel like in a really good place. Yeah.
I can tell that you're honestly glowing. Like, you really are. Yeah. You're literally just smiley and happy and everything's working out. And I feel so happy for you. Like looking at you, I'm like, because it's like I'm excited for you. Like I've got goosebumps. I'm so excited for you.
It's just mad.
Your now card is telling me to do what you love and keep doing it. So you are doing something that you love and you enjoy. And don't let jealous people or anybody put you down for that because you are you as a person and you're doing what you love.
Yeah, and that's all you have to do, really.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful card. Do what you love. It also says working well with others. So you might build some more relationships, friendships where you feel strong, and that's important as well. Yeah. So there might be people you meet along the way that is going to be on that journey with you.
Which I love, because I think you're a product of your environment, aren't you? Yeah. So you need the right people around you. Right people
to push you and be there for you and support you no matter what.
Yeah, literally. Just have you back no matter what. And they're the people that really push you to bring the best version out of yourself.
Definitely. Right. So these are your future cards.
Oh my gosh.
So they're absolutely beautiful cards, all 3 of them. So this is within 3 months, okay?
Yes.
So within 3 months, this is all about revisiting old dreams or plans. So what this might mean is whether you had thought about doing something but didn't quite do it at that time, now is the time to do it. Did you ever think that you would have your own show or anything like that?
Well, when you were talking earlier about loose ends, you know, like me not, I've always wanted my own show, but it wasn't the right time for me to do it. No one would give me it because I wasn't popular enough. No one cared really. It's not, say if you're having someone invest in it, it was not like the best investment because they're like, it's a gamble.
Yeah, is it going to work or not?
Yeah, whereas now for some reason, and I have no clue why, because to me I feel like I'm really ambitious, so I think I'm still in the same spot. No. And then they're like, well, no, we can give it a shot now, and I'm like,
oh, I'm just so excited.
So it's mad.
So he's saying that even though you thought of that in the past, now it's all coming to light.
Yeah, and I think things happen when they're meant to for you. They happen at the right time, so it's the right time, I hope now, because it can air and no one watch it, but they will.
No, I am.
You will.
Tune into her show. But the other thing that kind of glows with this card is I don't know if ex-partners or anybody like that are going to try and come back because they can see what you're...
Yeah, like loads of them have. Like, it's so
they're already
weird.
doing it already.
They're already doing it. Like, all... Like, it's almost such a weird time. I don't know what's going on in the air right now. Like, 3 of them have like all messaged me within the last 2 weeks trying to make it work again. And some of them are from like 20 years ago. And then I'm like, what?
You can only see I'm doing well where you should have supported me back then.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then people who I had talked to a few years ago are now coming back. And then obviously the person that I'd recently broken to, I'm kind of like still talking to. So everyone's come back. But then I always think, is that just because I'm doing well?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think this is going to be someone completely different who's going to whisk you off your feet and who you feel genuine. And I think that's the main thing. So trust your gut.
Yeah,
because you know yourself better than anyone else. And I always say that. You always know yourself better than anyone.
I know, yeah.
So yeah, that's saying, obviously, get rid of those people.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
So your 6 months is all about brilliant ideas that are coming forward. So again, with this show or anything, within this 3 months has been really good. Whereas your 6 months, everything is getting really, really better. So I do feel like you're going to have some kind of party or something. So I don't know if this is where a group of people come forward to support you. So it could be like a celebration of some kind, which is amazing. But it also says remain on the objective. So don't think of too many different things.
Right,
to remain on the one thing for the time being.
Yeah, which is good.
Because I know you're like a hothead and you're like, let's do this, let's do that. So remain on the objective.
Yeah.
So your 9 months is the Lovers card, which is fantastic. It's all about a friendship or a relationship spark that is going to blossom and grow. But to trust yourself again, make choices from your own heart as well is very, very important. So don't let other people get involved because I feel like there's somebody else who's going to try and sway you, if that makes sense. So you might have to listen to this back within like 9 months. So if somebody you were talking to, but there's somebody else who's trying to get your attention as well, just ignore those and focus on the main person, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, I love it. This is so
I'm going to pull
cute.
another one because something's making me want to pull another one. So this is going to be your conclusion, which basically means it's overall card of everything today.
Okay.
But honestly though, so within 9 months, it's going to be a lot of love, but I do feel like there's going to be somebody who's trying to, so it could be somebody from your past trying to basically get involved again, and you've just got to be like, no, it's done, it's all in the past.
And then just focus on what's going on. And usually I think like my best relationships are built on friendships, you know, people that I know, because they have to know me really well, because I'm quite a lot to handle.
I love that.
I'm not an easy person to date.
I'm just so happy, like, I'm going to have to try and find our reading from ages ago to see what was actually said.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, it feels like forever ago, but just how everything has worked out, because I know back then there was a time that everything was a bit slow.
Oh, gosh,
and I kept saying to you, everything's going to be okay.
And I was like, it doesn't feel like it. But it just, like I was saying, it just goes in waves. But it's all right for me to say that now because I'm doing so well. But if I look back, I'm like, it genuinely does. I had nothing to like... all these hopes and dreams and no one would have me.
Oh, guess what your overall card was?
Is it good?
It's a balance card. Make sure to have your balance. It's all to do with self-control, but also patience. So if there was a time that you didn't feel patient because you were like, why is nothing working out? Whereas now it has.
Patient.
It has.
It has worked out. Yeah, like during that time, I was like, if I want something, I want it done like now.
You're Mrs. Impatient.
With everything. But I'll work every hour under the sun, like to try and make it work. But patience is something I definitely need to learn.
Gosh, Chrissie, like everything really is working out. And I'm so happy for you. Like I really am. Like what's your one ambition at this moment in time?
My whole reason for doing this literally is to inspire.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, this is so weird because I do everything in baby steps. So I never have like a massive leap goal where I'm like, oh, I want to be a massive movie star. And because I just do baby steps. So I'll be like, I want to try and get on Filthy Rich.
Yeah.
And then if I've done that, that's a box ticked.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I want to try and pitch my own show.
Yeah.
And then I'll move on to that one. And that's a box ticked.
Do you believe in like manifestation?
Yeah.
Do you?
Fully.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it though, because I feel like sometimes my mind is so all over the place that I can't think, but I believe in it. But I do it accidentally because I'm quite confident. I can see what I want and I believe I can get it.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that doesn't. And then it just happened. And I was like, what?
So how did you get on Filthy Rich then? Did they ask you or did you reach out?
No, like, so basic. If I'm being honest, I was on Steph's Packed Lunch and they were looking for someone that was just like sort of diverse, like older, because it was for MILFs, you know what I mean? Who was, you know, almost selling their sexuality online. Yeah. I had just come off Naked Attraction and there was such a hoo-ha about it, which was bonkers. And then the producer that I'd worked with said, I know someone. And so
you were like...
and then he asked me, would I be okay doing it? Because obviously sometimes people see it as taboo. And I was like, well, no, I do. I'm quite fine talking about it. But I still had to audition. Like, everyone thinks I just like walk into these things. And I don't. I had to do straight away a call and then a Zoom. And it had to go to producers and then I got on it.
But you did all that for a reason. And like,
I know, it's just mad. Like right now, life is mad. But it's everything I ever wished for. But I don't know, I have big goals. I just want... If it was up to me, I'd be the most successful woman in the world. It's a bit lofty.
Whether that's age or anything, you can still get to that. Like you can. There's nothing stopping you from being that high point where people go, you know that Chrissie off OnlyFans, like look at her, she's doing amazing. Like you're that inspiration to the younger people or people middle age or whatever you want to call it. Like people are still allowed to have a career and that's the most important thing.
And I think it's been, I think it's a really good like platform. I don't think it's a bad platform at all. I think it's really positive. Yeah. I mean, fair enough, if you're not making any money on it, it's not, but everything takes work. Yeah. So you have to put the graft in anything to make it work. You can't just sit there in your pants and hope someone comes.
God, I couldn't stop laughing because I thought it was amazing. But I watched one of your videos on Instagram. Do you know when you make your moves move? I was trying to do it and I couldn't do it. I was like, how can she do it?
You've got it right.
Oh my God, I actually haven't. Look, they're tiny.
You've got good moves.
Honestly, you were moving your moves. I was like, how is she doing that?
What do you mean?
Like you did that. Yeah, but you did that boob thing where you moved
the thing.
What the hell?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I've like got the best chest control. I never go to the gym because I hate it. I think it's so dull.
How did you even learn you had that?
I don't know. You know, like when you watch them lads do their pec dance, I can just do it with my boobs. And I do not know. It's like my party trick. I do it all the time when I'm drunk. And then I just did it online.
Yeah,
for
you got like 4 million, didn't it, views?
Yeah, like
I was viewing it. I was like, oh my God, how has she done that?
It was just, I don't know, like I can just do it. Like I can just move I've just got good chest control.
I'm trying to do it now and just nothing moves.
It will. It's like,
look, what the hell?
They're like, I don't know, they're like working
That's like
boobies.
The best party trick ever.
They're just really well trained.
Oh my gosh. I remember seeing that and I couldn't stop laughing. I was sat watching it and I was like, how is she doing that? Like, what the hell?
I don't even know. I can just do it. But it's like so much fun. I love having boobies that do that. But I just filmed an Insta video for it. It's 1 second long and it went viral 3 times. I was like, if I did it once, I just kept doing it.
It's so good. Like, obviously people love watching that.
It's stupid though.
I did that. I was like, how on earth is she doing that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Chrissie. Like, I cannot thank you enough for coming on my podcast. Like, is there anything you want to ask me or anything at all? I put you on the spot a little.
Well, it's almost like you've told me so much. Like, it's like everything that I wanted to ask about work, you've told me. Everything I needed to learn about myself, you've told me. Everything love.
I just feel like you need to kind of have that time to yourself now and again, like breathe. Yes. Which is easier said than done, because I feel like you're a lot like me, where you have all these ideas and you want to do things and your kids look up to you, and I think that is incredible that you have that bond and that relationship. Yeah. And I think that's so important, because being a mom is difficult, like it is.
Definitely.
How old are your kids now?
Ruby's 14 and Junior's about to turn 12. There's 2 years between them.
Oh my God.
So it's almost like they're so grown now, but we're so close. We're like a little team. So was almost
lovely.
Yeah, it's like we have a really close relationship, because they've been through the ups and downs with me, but it's sort of,
it's all working out.
If I didn't have them, I don't know what I would do. Yeah. Like, they're literally my world.
I bet you love the fact that obviously you're earning good money and whatever, but you treat them and you go and do things.
I'm so spoily,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so spoily, because I always say to them, it's like, gosh, we've come a long way.
Yeah, like you've done it together almost.
Yeah,
and I bet they're like, Mom, look. Like,
yeah, they can't believe it. I'm just like, as if. I'm always like that. So we've got really strong friendship with each other, but I mean, like the baby plays the baby role, the big sister does that role, and I do the mum role. Like,
I think that's just beautiful. That's like everybody's dream, because sometimes at home I'm just like, kids, stop it. Like,
well, yeah, you do. I mean, that's normal, isn't it?
Like, kids are very difficult at the minute. Like, mine are like all really close in age, but it's hard. Like, it is very hard at times, especially trying to juggle a career as well, and be the mom and cook dinners and do the washing and whatever. It's hard to fit it all in sometimes.
Yeah, like, but I'm so childish. It's like almost like
stuff the washing.
Yeah, I'll just leave it and I'll just lay on the floor and like, please don't make me fish fingers. I'm so tired.
I want to come to your house. Can I come? I'll drop my kids off. But thank you so much, Chrissie, for coming on. You're like the best person. Amazing things come in. I definitely feel like July is a good month for you as well. So something's going to happen in July. But I also see this party or some kind of celebration where people are supporting you, which is also incredible. So
God, I love a pie.
Well done, Chrissie. Thank you so much.
Me.
Thank you.
I love you.